Welcome back to Pisces TV with Montana B. This is Tea with Tana, okay? For my Pisces, thank you for joining all of my returners, all of the newcomers. If this is your first time, welcome. But I appreciate you all for watching. If it resonates, hit the like button. Keep in mind that it may not. Those in your environment are also sometimes collective messages do come through. So be entertained. And if you are entertained, hit the like button. All right, don't forget to subscribe if you have not. We try to do Tea with Tana every Tuesday. I hope today is Tuesday. I think it's Tuesday. If not, we're still doing the Tea with Tana. In the description box, there's a lot of information, as usual. A link to Patreon for all of the bonus content, extended classes, courses, mentorships, the works. Just click on it and see. Here on YouTube, we have the community board, which is so essential and my favorite place to hang. I do comment back and talk to you guys. We hang out, I post the daily specials there, as well as a lot of the products and specials close up. So check out the new merchandise also, real cute, okay? And I'm gonna start wearing it on the channel so you guys can see more of it. Now, as we start the tea, child, the first card came out was March. So we are very much still talking about the near future. And a lot of you guys are sick of the past, working on your bag. I will say that I had, some cards to come out that talked about some danger and money matter, but I feel like it's more so about the energy. Energy is currency, and instead of depression, Pisces, it has a lot to do with this anger. So I feel Mars and Taurus is getting the best of some of us, and we want to work through those kinks with peace, because on top of this bear is the wreath, and the wreath does talk about peace. It also talks about portals and opportunities. And some of you, it talks about losses because of this energy. So just be mindful of that, okay? Usually people who celebrate wreaths, it's like some sort of like homecoming for high school and also like Christmas or a holiday. So there could be a celebration or an announcement of some sort that makes you upset. It may have something to do with your money, or maybe you guys may be paying for some sort of ceremony or situation, I don't know. But just be mindful if any of you are getting married or engaged, having baby showers and stuff like that, kind of being pinched with money matters and getting upset or arguing with family at the event. Just be mindful of that. It is not a laughing matter, but just imagine, some of you that may actually lose family, because we do also have the empty chair. It's kind of like coming together at some of those gatherings or whatnot, beefing with folk, right? Especially behind money, by money, and about who paid for what. We all got that auntie or that cousin, for some of y'all, maybe your mama's child. It's like, I paid for it, I'm gonna run it all. And it's just like, what? We all cared about Cujo. So there's that, right? Disappointments in friends and lovers, we still kind of have that energy where your domestic lives may be tested, okay? A little bit of wind, a little bit of sound. When I think about the flute, because see, I try to get deep and philosophical with a flute, right? And why does the flute come out with a vase and with roses? I would see a flute with a vase and roses as to be romantic, but it shows disappointment in that friend or lover. So I just thought about R. Kelly. That is not appropriate, okay? But he had this energy of like Pied Piper or whatever. So some charming, manipulative little person that you didn't read, that con artist. We had several readings talking about some manipulators and some finessers. Maybe you missed that, or maybe you didn't think we were talking to you, but there may be some disappointment in some of those. So check the playlist and check the video tab so you don't miss anything, because I just had that epiphany about that. Okay. Somebody greedy. We have to be aware of greed. It could be the manipulator. It could even just talk about overeating and overindulging, because Source likes to remind us of the transits, and there are many energies that ask us to use exercise or getting out and movement to kind of counteract some of the Mars and Taurus energy, or just to not let the pandemic take over you. There's also an energy of greed when it comes to wanting a lot. And I have said for a lot of us, myself and my clients, to not get overwhelmed by, like I said, those events, those holidays, those situations or arrangements that you have to pay for, bills, and your birthday. It is Pisces season, I do get that. But if you hadn't been planning all year or a couple of months, you know, unless you put some real energy and time into planning your birthday, please don't get too angry or depressed about not having it the way you wanted it, or, oh my God, it's been like this for the last 10 years or 5 years or 3 years. My advice is to take this birthday and as a gift to yourself, be somebody different. And what I mean by that is now we're going to actually plan. We're going to put back. We're going to start losing the weight or buying the clothes. And you got a whole year to do that. If you had just taken 6 months or 6 days or 6 weeks for some of y'all, that could happen. So just be mindful of that. And we have the pig, and some of you, because I like Chinese astrology as well, you may have that as a sign, or someone in your environment, you know, like the year of the pig or something like that may be significant to this reading. Forces working against you. We have the axe, okay? Now see, the axe and the bear, that's all in the forest. When I think about the forest and the wild unknown archetype, it's a lot of shit go down in the forest. And some of us couldn't see the forest for the trees, okay? So you could use this axe to protect you, right? Because you'll need to defend yourself for some of you, or shield yourself from some of the negative energies. I don't think this axe can penetrate this shield. When I saw this shield, I thought about protection, Archangel Michael, wish fulfillment, and we'll get to that in a second. But some of you may have some forces working against you, and it's no coincidence that it came up in the same pile with be aware of greed and a disappointment in a friend or lover. Take care. Enemies are working against you, so dual energy there. And also coming in with the bat. The bat is scorpionic energy. It does talk about karma. It's just really dark. I don't like it. And me, even as a public figure, working with many people who are metaphysical witches, wizards, and all that kind of stuff, just protect your energy. You know, you don't even have to be out in the public like that. It's just out there, right? So just protecting your energy. Or for some of you, it's kind of feeding into this empty chair. Some of you guys are giving the boot to this manipulator, to this greed, to pigging out, to being lazy, I don't know, whatever it is, because it says hard work ahead, and we have the table. There's a lot that comes with the table. And just as a young female, I always heard, you know, this, like, what you bring to the table, what you bringing to the table. So someone may be having a sit down, okay, like Kevin Gates said. I'm gonna listen to that song today. We're about to have a sit down. I can't even jam like I want to with my kid in the car. I'm gonna put on some headphones, Bluetooth or something. Okay, so sit down, coming to the table, or maybe pushing away from it where greed is in the mix, you know. Here we have, before I get to your outcome cards, and some of these are outcome cards too, but we had empty chair, and it does say someone leaving your life. Now, unfortunately, with someone leaving your life and sorrow over loss in March, that is possible, right? It could also be shadowy aspects of you, right? It could be you completing a cycle, right? And it could be a collective message where it talks about the empty chair, Saturn in Aquarius, and the liberals and the freedom fighters, and you know, all of that, or opposing the emperor and the Hierophant. So this could even be talking about something bigger than us, where someone in a position of authority may be stepping down, because we have the boot, or you're getting a boot, somebody getting a boot. I definitely don't want a boot on my car, so I want to make sure that I get those parking tickets settled. If you have any, make sure you do that. But it says increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. And I think I already gave y'all that spiel, especially those that may be a little displeased with birthday arrangements and celebrations, because that's been coming up a lot in some of your comments, okay? I think people wear boots when they partying at the, and I'm not trying to be racist, but you know, they do wear a lot of boots, and somebody having a celebration or a mitzvah or something like that, I don't know. Families coming together and drinking, that tequila do it. I also, not to throw shade, but if you have been dealing with someone and you thought they were like bisexual, or if you deal with same-sex relationships, somebody is like, instead of coming out of the closet, it's like, I'm just gonna like move. So I don't know if this like, I don't want to be gay anymore or bisexual. That happens where it's like you stop playing with people's emotions. Somebody may stop playing with somebody. But the rainbow, not to just give it to the Gay Life Matters or whatever it's called, because they kind of just stole it from, of course, the chakras and the rainbow is a scientific thing that happens when it rains and the sun comes out and the air hits it or something like that. I don't know. But it says the most difficult part of your situation is over. But my intuition, when it came out with the chair, someone is leaving your life, I thought about, okay. So it may not be that. I also associate the rainbows with the Ten of Cups. So the Ten of Cups is like somebody who could have been on your mind, because it also is my brain card, the Ten of Cups. It talks about the bridge, past life, this life, the next life. So someone you may have had past life connections with, or just gone through some emotional kind of things. I'll just say that, okay? Now, so funny that the dark man came out with the rainbow, so I was like, yeah, okay, I was right. But it says dealings or relationships with a man with a dark complexion or hair. For some of you, just know that. Giving off these King of Wands energy, so somebody baby daddy. And see, the leaves are always symbolic to me too, like loss, because they fall off of the tree. Okay, and so I don't know, but something about October, maybe they were born in October. I think Libra and something else is October. Spiritual development, enlightenment, and awareness or understanding is what the card reads. That may be for somebody, but I kind of saw this as the King of Wands, okay? This could also be talking about a struggle, because I know the King of Wands does struggle financially sometimes, but is noted for the perseverance to keep going and ultimately get to those other levels within the tarot suits. So I think, again, the money improves, right? We have December and October. So we got 1-0 and 1-2, so that's 3. I don't know, but you got December, October, and March. So the reading started with March, and then we have December and October, so we got 12. And like I said, I don't know if this is October 12th or December 10th or whatever, okay? But it says desk, pay attention to your work. Something important such as news, a new job or a raise. News is on the way. A flying bird. So some information is coming to you. For some of you, a bag is coming to you. Also, the Ten of Pentacles is kind of like what I'm getting from this bag. So it does talk about health. If anyone's having an issue with health, that could be a thing. But we did have a reading where the Page of Pentacles came out with the Ten of Pentacles. So you could be getting a report or a call indicating good news about your health, okay? If there is any bad news about health, I do feel like it's an outside force or circumstance, but that's just me, okay? Pay attention to your work. So you got the desk, you got the table, a lot of things that you can sit stuff on top of stuff, okay? So some of you guys may be rearranging and getting ready to work from home. That's that entrepreneur energy of the King of Wands, okay? Now the outcome cards, as I said, I was going to say, you have the Shield, which says you need to defend yourself, okay? I do have romance, celebration, and parties. Again, we've already talked about that. The Lion says that it is time to act, okay? And I love the Lion. That's like the number 8, or the Strength card, which talks about the duality in humility and ego. So using your aggressiveness without being defensive or overly aggressive, okay? Or you may be dealing with someone like that. The Vulture coming out for me talks about wisdom, because again, I like alternative astrology, and in Mayan astrology, the Vulture is super dope. However, in this deck, it talks about depression, anxiety, or worry that someone is against you. So some of you who know you got ops and enemies that are presented in these cards, no need to worry over it. Just kind of like protect yourself, however that is. And I think it's just in not giving them your power. But the last card we have here, the Goldfish. In Pisces, you are a fish. It says increase in wealth or spiritual growth. So I do love that. As March does indicate spring, fertility, those seeds that have been planted coming up out the ground, honey, and you can see them, okay? So don't forget to stop and smell the roses. Until next time, this is your tea with Tana. Namaste.